Just don't do your phone, Addison. Whoa, look at that.
Look at this.
What did you make, Rosalie? Oh, it's a heart. And Melissa.
Shaka.
Shaka. While we were here in Oahu, we decided to do something a little bit different. We took a drive up to the town of Waialua on the North Shore to tour the North Shore Soap Factory. The shop sits inside the old historic Waialua Sugar Mill, a historic plantation that operated from 1865 all the way to 1996. Today, we're taking you inside to see how Hawaiian soap is made and to explore a little piece of North Shore history. So, let's go! So where are we headed to now?
The North Shore Soap Factory. We're going to watch people make soap and then buy some soap that we can take home with us.
So this is the North Shore Soap Factory. The ladies decided to pick this one on the Go City All-Inclusive Pass. To save on this trip, we used the Go City All-Inclusive Pass for 4 days. We got to do as many included attractions as we wanted, and it saved us a ton. If you want to save in your next vacation, use our affiliate link in the description below. And for this attraction, we did have to reserve a time slot, but once we arrived, it was super easy. We just checked in at the gift shop, got everything scanned, and we were good to go.
So what I'm going to have you do is each of you wears one of these.
Or this is for the hair?
Yes.
All right, how does my hair look, guys? All right, I got my hat.
I have short hair so it fit in perfectly.
How about Addison, looking stylish with her hairnet? We don't want hair in the soap, right, Rosalie?
Yep, I see.
All right, welcome to the soap factory. I'm going to tell you about this place and then we'll go inside and talk about the production. So,
This is Deborah and Jerry. Over 20 years ago, they received a holiday gift basket that included a bottle of homebrewed beer and a bar of handcraft soap. The soap impressed them so much that it sparked a passion. They wanted to create natural, chemical-free soaps that were better for their skin and the environment. They started making soap from their house, but as more orders came in, they had to find a bigger operation. So that's how they ended up here at the Waialua Sugar Mill.
this building, this is called the bagasse bin. So after they would process the sugar cane, all the leftover pulp that couldn't be used, they would dry it out in this building and then send it underground to the smokestack to be burned for steam power. And they produced so much power this way. They were fully self-contained and would even feed the power grid here in Waialua town. So very serious operation. It ran 24/7. At its peak, produced more sugar than anywhere in Hawaii.
Now, let's see how the soap are made. Everything starts here. Step 1 is heating the oils. The process starts by gently heating oils and fats until they're fully melted and combined. Their go-to oils are coconut oil, palm oil, and castor oil.
These are drill presses, but we use them like a mixer. So I'll throw this paddle on, and this is for mixing drywall mud, but we mix the soap with it.
So this leads us to step number 2, mixing with lye water. A solution of lye and water is then added to the warm oils. When these two ingredients are mixed, a natural chemical reaction called sapontification begins. This is what turns oils into actual soap. Step number 3 is blending to trace. The mixture is blended until it thickens to a pudding-like texture. At this point, any colors, fragrances, or botanicals can be added.
And every scent pack is even more oil, which in this case it's kukui nut oil. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Alright, well it's the state tree here in Hawaii. If you see the leis made of nuts, those are kukui nuts. When you put it on your skin, it's great. So we put it in almost everything we make, but we also bottle it by itself because you can put this stuff straight on. And I like it because it absorbs well, so you don't feel like super greasy. So it's good for like minor scrapes or wounds, eczema, psoriasis, sunburns.
Oh, wow.
Awesome stuff.
Number 4 is pouring into molds. Funny thing here is, Deborah and Jerry used to use cabinets, and they've kind of kept the same system other than putting that silicone layer in there. This is where the thick soap mixture is poured into the large molds, where it will continue to harden. As you can see here, you can get creative with the pouring and creating some awesome artwork for the soap. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good.
Oh, goodness. You need smell-o-vision.
Yeah, we need smell-o-vision for the channel.
So right here is a fishing line attached to a guitar tuner. So there's tension on the line and it's like a block of cheese.
Step number 5 probably is the most fun. cutting the soap. Once it firms up, the big block of soap is removed from the mold and sliced into individual bars. And the important thing is, nothing is ever wasted. So if there's any imperfection on the cutting, they sell it as individual sample sizes. What a great idea.
So yep, now you just push the button.
Oh my goodness.
And it's nice and even. And when so I was saying you have to age soap. So when they were making soap at their house, they just pulled the window screen off their house. So we just make window screens so that the air can flow through, and I'll spread it out. So it's a 7-week process, start to finish.
So here it looks like they actually, they don't reinvent the wheel from how they did it from their house.
No,
They're like, you know what, whatever we can do, close enough.
Yeah, you know, if it works, it works. So.
Step number 6 is another fun one, stamping and shaping. After cutting each bar, it can be trimmed and stamped with a logo or design to give it that finished professional look. As you can see right here, they actually supply the bars at Whole Foods here in Hawaii. They have different types of stampers to create different looks for whatever folks need. So how long has the original owners been doing this, you said?
They rented this building in 2002.
Wow.
But it was completely empty, so it took them a while to build everything. So at first it was just production, but the retail store opened in 2005.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
So
quite.
they've been going for a while.
Oh, yeah, for 20 years, yeah, maybe 2004. But yeah, we're right about that, give or take.
Awesome. And the final step, curing the bars. Finally, the soap bars are set aside to dry and cure. This step can take several weeks and ensures the bar becomes harder, longer lasting, and gentle on the skin.
We make many other things here. If you guys want to see more,
Sure.
Yeah!
Of course.
We went for the tour. Oh man, hey, you're everywhere.
Yes, I am.
This is the behind scenes. As a bonus, we got a peek into the back room where all the magic happens. The girls love seeing the bath bombs and how they were made, but I was blown away by Jerry, their in-house MacGyver. He built this bath bomb press using parts from their old hand stamper. They also showed us how they made body wash, body oil, lotions, and sugar scrubs. I love seeing how small businesses operate, so it was cool to watch how they label products, pack online orders, and ship them out. But the highlight was meeting Deborah, one of the owners, and hearing her passion behind it all.
This is one of the owners, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah!
She obviously she does all kinds of stuff. She does a lot of the online orders, does deliveries, helps run the store, the day-to-day operations here. So
I'm just amazed, like with
she's still very involved in the company.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many employees are here?
There's 5 of us, and then Deborah and Jerry.
That's it?
Yeah.
To do all the Whole Foods
two of
and
us
everything else?
make everything. So we try to be
You are
efficient.
one of them.
So Deborah says you can't get sick then.
Yeah. Right. And yeah, that's our website right there, HawaiianBathBody.com.
So what did you think of this
Oh my
one?
gosh, I love it. It smelled so good in there, and I'm excited to try the soap and body scrub and body butter and everything.
I can't believe they make it and how many people they have. It's like a small operation and they like run the whole island on soap, it looks like, from hotels to Whole Foods.
That's really cool.
At the end of the tour, we even got to stamp our own soap bars. They had different stamp designs to choose from, so each of us picked something that felt personal. Even little Rosalie jumped in and made her own.
Stamping the soaps to have a little print underneath. So I'm going to do this flower one.
Just don't do your phone, Addison. Whoa, look at that.
Look at this.
What did you make, Rosalie? Oh, it's a heart. And Melissa.
Shaka.
Shaka. Some experiences don't just fill your suitcase. They stay with you long after the trip is over. This visit reminded us why we seek out places like this, small, meaningful, and full of heart. I want the kids to see that everyday things don't just appear out of nowhere. They're crafted by real people with passion, creativity, and care. Watch them learn, ask questions, and even make their own soaps. That was the real souvenir. We didn't just discover Hawaiian bath and body, we connected with it. And now, we're not just customers, we're lifelong fans. While you're here at the North Shore, make sure you go to Waimea Valley and touch a real waterfall.